Hey everyone, it's Gary here from Echidna Sewing, and today I am excited again because I'm about to unbox the brand new Brother PR1055X Entrepreneur Pro. This is the newest 10 needle machine from Brother, and it has just been released. This is the first machine we've received. So we sell a lot of PR machines, and what I want to do is show you the correct way to open the box and make sure that you get everything out correctly without injuring yourself. These are substantially bigger machines than your average home machine. So please follow along with how we do this, and I think you're going to be equally as excited when we take this new 1055 out the box. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we are guys, we're about to unpack the PR1055X, and the first thing you need to do, you could have a machine arrive with some packing straps, yellow packing straps still wrapped around the box. Just get your old scissors and cut those straps. Don't use your good dressmaking scissors, that would be a bad thing. So cut those straps off and you'll be left with the box as you see it here. You'll also see there's some little white clips that hold the box on. They're right down around the perimeter. A little video showing you how to unhook those clips, and there are 6 of those. So you need to take all of those off. Once they've been taken out, we're good to go. Now, you best to have someone to help you with this, because when you've removed the straps and you've got the clips out, the first thing you might try and do is actually cut the packaging tape along the top of the box. You don't need to do that because this whole box will lift up and simply be put aside. It's much easier if you have a helper, and I happen to have a helper here right now. So Hayley is going to be my lovely assistant for this process. So Hayley, what we've got to do is we've undone the clips at the bottom, and we've taken the straps off. We haven't cut the plastic tape here, but we are now ready to lift this box up. So the best thing is grab it on the sides and then just pull it up like this, gently. There'll be a bit of a suction. You'll feel a vacuum. There's all foam in there. And then we're just going to gently turn that around, and I'm just going to put that down on the ground. So here we are with all the foam around the machine. Obviously it's lovely and cocooned in the box. Hayley's already taken that side piece of foam away for me, but you'll notice there's also a piece of foam on this side. So take these 2 side bits away, but this one has a yellow warning label on it, and that's telling you that there is an accessory in the foam. So don't throw these accessories out, because people do that. So always there's going to be little warnings. So I'm going to take that accessory out of here. That's the scanning mat for this machine. I no longer need that piece of foam, so we'll get rid of that. And I'm just going to pop all my accessories back over on the table just there. Now the top piece of foam has got all the other accessories like your hoops and etc. So quickly going to remove that. First of all, we'll grab this large hoop out. So this is the large 360 by 200 hoop. And they also come with all the templates, the plastic grid templates for all the different hoops. And these machines come with 4 hoops as standard, so that's the 360 by 200. There's also the 130 by 180, or 5 by 7 as a lot of us call it. So we'll pop that one over there as well. Come back to that in a minute. Let's have a look in here. We'll grab the other 2 hoops first. So the standard 100 by 100. And a little 60 by 40, and that completes the full range of hoops for the Brother PR series 1055X. Now you'll also notice there's 2 arm or hoop holders. These are called the embroidery arms. There's an A and a B, so make sure you get them out. The A is the most commonly used one, and that works with all the standard frames. We'll pop those over there. What else do we have in here? We have the power cord, of course, makes sense. Pop that over there, and you also do get a USB cable, because these machines, like most Brother machines, will connect directly to the computer if you want to via USB. Next you'll see the little accessory case, and this has got all your spool caps and spare needles, little scissors, screwdrivers, etc. Handy little toolkit that you will use. What I'm going to do now is open that up and grab the Phillips head screwdriver out. You will need the Phillips head screwdriver when we take the machine out the box. So I'm just going to pop that over there. And finally, you've got some literature. This has got the snowman stickers, which you'll no doubt see when you watch all the rest of the videos that are available, and an accessories guide. Now, unlike previous machines, There is no printed instruction manual with this. It is a downloadable manual, but we can always supply a printed manual if you'd like to order one from us. So, but there's enough information here to get started. I believe it has the quick start guide in there. So that will get you going. Pop that over there. Still have my screwdriver. Now I'm just going to remove the top piece of foam. We can discard that. The next part you'll see comes standard with these machines is that beautiful big wide support table. These are lovely, absolutely fantastic, and this is what you use for heavy objects and bigger articles. I'm just going to pop that over there, and that is standard on the machine. Sit that there, out the way. Actually, wow, surprise, surprise, I tell a lie. There is an operation manual in there. So first time we've opened the PR1055, so that's a bonus because a lot of machines these days don't come with manuals. So you don't need to order one, it's provided. So we'll pop that over there. See, even we make mistakes. Having said that, I haven't opened one of these yet, so I really didn't know. Now, the next thing is the foam here. And you'll find there is some tape on the side. So just easiest thing to do is just grab a pair of scissors or a knife and just cut the little bit of packaging tape that's on the foam. I know you can't see that, but you'll see it when you're opening this. And these foam pieces then just pull away there. Now just check the foam. This one is empty. There are no accessories in that bit of foam. So I'm going to move that right out the way. And then we've got this bit of foam here. Again, checking, there are no accessories in there. And if there were, there would have been a label. So here we have it. We've exposed the machine, but not quite yet. There is quite a lot of plastic around here. And as I said before, these machines are packaged really, really well. And the plastic all helps keep it nice and clean, obviously, during shipping. If ever you have to reship this machine, it's a good idea to keep all the plastic bits and pieces and the foam in the box because it will ship very well if you pack it correctly. So let's just gently remove this upper piece of plastic and take that out the way. And right now, we don't need to do anything else other than get this machine up onto the bench. Okay, so here we are, guys. We're ready to lift this machine and put it on the bench. Please do not try and lift this by yourself. It weighs about 40 kilograms, which is not overly heavy, but it's very awkward. You'll find when you're looking at the machine, there's two very easily accessible grab handles down underneath and behind the foam here on either side. And the machine can be easily lifted straight up and put on the bench. So I'm going to get Hayley to come back and give me a hand. So Hales, if you'd like to come in. Now remember, we're going to lift with our knees. So grab down there, lift straight up, and then straight onto your bench. So the idea is to do everything in a very planned way. So thank you, Hayley. That's excellent. Appreciate that. So plan what you're doing. Make sure that you've got your bench ready to put it on. And you don't want to be sort of holding it and go, oh my gosh, where am I going to put this? So as long as you plan it, it will work beautifully. Okay, so we've unpackaged the machine and we've got it up on the bench. Little tip, take all the packaging that you've got, put it back together, and if you have the option of keeping that box and all the foam packaging in a safe, secure place, it's a good idea to do that. If ever these machines need to be returned for service, or you're shifting or you're moving or whatever, they will ship beautifully if they're packaged in their original packaging. So that's just a solid little tip if you can do that, if you have space for it. Right now though, I want to show you the next step. We've got the machine up here. You'll notice there's still some blue tape all over it. There's some cardboard around. There's not a lot of setup to these machines, folks, so, but I'm going to go through the little key things that you need to know. Firstly, remove all the blue tape that you'll see around the machine. And the first one I'm going to do is at the back on the cardboard box. Hopefully that's in shot. We just remove that. And that will allow me to now lift the thread stand up, but the thread stand is actually got these two screws right here, and they're now tight, holding it down in place. In the little kit of goodies, there is a little tiny screwdriver. It kind of looks like a little steel plate with all sorts of shapes on it. That's actually a screwdriver. It's kind of handy. And what you can do with that is just undo. Don't need to take them out. You just need to undo those two knurled screws or nuts there. And once that's done, you'll be able to lift that right up like so. And at that point, it's a good idea just to nip those screws up nice and firm. And that's all done. So thread stand is now assembled. That's all there was to it, not much more, is there? You can take that box away. We don't need that anymore. The next thing we need to do is we've got to turn our, in fact, the next thing we do is bring our control panel out to the front. So it will just slide out like this. And then you have a couple of screws directly under the arm here, plastic screws, and just tighten them up at the angle that you want that to be. You don't need to go crazy, just make sure they're nice and finger tight, firm finger tight's good. Now you'll notice there is a yellow page here, and it's very important. So it's telling you to remove the fixing plates before switching on the machine. So you notice I haven't asked you to plug it in yet, and there's good reason for that, because when these machines ship, because they're a multi-needle machine and they have a head that moves left and right, there are little fixing plates here that stop that from moving during shipping. And I mentioned before you needed to take your Phillips head screwdriver out of the kit, which you've done, and you need to remove those plates. So you basically undo the 4 screws, take them right out, and you'll notice as soon as you undo the second one, that little red plate will start to get loose. Just hold the plate, slide it up and take it out, and they can go back in your accessory tray. Do not put the screws back into the machine. They don't go back. I did have someone do that once, and the machine doesn't work terribly well if they're put back in. So we'll do the same on the other side. Take the first one out, pop that in the accessory kit. If ever you need to reship the machine, what you should do is follow the instructions on how to actually put this all back in place. But essentially you'll need the needle number set to 6, and once that's in place you can actually put these red fixing plates back in position. So they're now gone. We can now remove the yellow label, because that's all that was referring to as a reminder that you needed to take the fixing plates off. You don't need this any longer. However, I'm just going to pop that over there neatly. So that's done. We've taken the cardboard off here. We do need to move the thread stand out to the spool holder stand out to the correct area. And again, I'm going to use my little tiny metal screwdriver plate here, and I'm going to undo a grey screw that is sitting between the 2 spool holders, and it's going to slide that out and slide that out, and then I'm going to nip up that screw, firmly finger tightened. So that's now done. The thread stand has now been set up correctly. The control panel has now been set. You do also have the ability to tip that on an angle. Don't force it. Make sure you undo the screw that is on the side here, using again the little steel plate. You'll see there's a thumb screw down there. We can undo that, and that will allow me to move that up to whatever angle I prefer to have it at. That's entirely up to you, of course. So that's done. Now there is still some blue plastic on the back of the machine, and you'll see when you look around towards the back there will be a little piece you can pick up and pull away, and there will be another piece around there. I'm just going to reach around so I try not to obscure all the view. And there we go. We'll just take that bit off from under there. We don't need that anymore. And there is a little piece of cardboard under there. We'll remove that. And the last thing we need to do is, there is a little tiny piece of foam that sits under the needle bars. Now there is at the back of this, there's a bit of sticky on there as well. So we just got to grab that end. There it is. And then take that away. More blue tape. And there's a little piece of foam at the back that will come out, and that comes out like that. So that pulls out and that pulls down. And now we have removed all the foam and all the blue tape from the machine. And that's pretty much all there is to unboxing and setting up this machine. The last thing before you sort of get into using the machine is you're going to take the A-arm. So I'm just going to show you this. So this is your hoop holding arm, if you want to call it that. And you'll notice there are 2 screws that will be screwed down here. These are the screws that will hold the arm in place. They're generally fairly tight. So what I tend to do, well, not tend to do, always do, is grab that little flat screwdriver washery thing, nice technical term, undo those screws, take them right out, and once you've got them out, we're going to take this A-arm and then just gently pop it underneath, and there is only one position that it can go in, and there are 2 locating pins on there. You will see them. There's only one position it can go in, and once you've got that in position, you're just going to take the 2 screws and put them into their appropriate screw holes. Again, there's only one option on each side. You really can't get that wrong. And that's it. We then take our power, plug that into the machine, follow any of the on-screen prompts to set up the time and date and etc. and all that sort of thing. And that's it. That's all there is to setting up your machine. One other thing I do get asked about quite a bit actually, is do I need to level it off? I have never opened up a Brother PR machine. I've sold well over 1,000 of them that hasn't been level out of the box. So it depends on how level your table is, but it's not super critical. If your machine is a few degrees out on level, it's not going to matter, honestly. But you can, of course, undo the little nuts under here and adjust the leg heights. Wouldn't necessarily worry about it. So there you go. Obviously more videos to come and on how to use these machines and all the fun, exciting things about them. But this is an exciting product, and it's just another one in the range of the fabulous PR series that have been around for, well, 15 or 16 years now. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.